CM Punk has been doing an interview at WWE Fanatics and he has bashed AEW for labelling him as a cancer. As he says, if you're nice to him, I'm nice to you. But that wasn't so much the case in AEW.
Since you've been gone, the stopover at AEW, let's just say, didn't end the way I guess a lot of people expected it to end. And when you came here, I feel like a lot of people expected those same things to carry you over here.
Oh yeah, but that's all bullshit.
CM Punk did go on to say, well, that's all bullshit. I mean, when it happened in AEW, right, you could say that Punk had the track record. Look at the way he ended up leaving WWE the first time around. Like, yeah, he was getting booked poorly, but, you know, all the stories about him, Ryback, Vince, Laurinaitis, you know, it did sound like Punk could have potentially have been a pain in the ass, and maybe CM Punk still is a pain in the ass. But I think the fact that the guys came back to WWE, let bygones be bygones, has been able to sit down and work with Triple H, work with other ex-WWE guys that he had beef with, you know, like you remember like The Miz, he's made it right with The Miz and all those things. So, you know, it is crazy to think that in AEW, they just couldn't make it work with Punk, and they could have done so much more with CM Punk. AEW ratings would just be so much higher with this guy if they could have just acted like adults, but the reality is AEW, they don't know how to act like adults. They're mental, they're crazy, they're loony toony, they're bloody batshit crazy.
None of that stuff is reality. Oh, he's a cancer. And listen, not everybody gets nice me, but I treat you accordingly. If you're a piece of shit and you act that way to me, I will treat you that way. If you're nice, you're smiling, you want to have a good time, let's have a good time. I'm all hugs. But no, and it's not like I'm two different people. There's just certain people, the ones that spread those lies, the ones that say those things about me.
And WWE's been very smart with the booking of Punk because, of course, since CM Punk came in, like, that's all you've really heard about for, like, people that have interacted with the guy. You know, he's pretty much only really worked with Rollins and McIntyre. I know he had a match on, like, a live event against Dominic Mysterio. I mean, he was in the Rumble with Cody Rhodes. He had a few segments with Cody Rhodes. He had a few segments with the Bloodline. But, you know, you look at McIntyre and Rollins, their whole story has been that Punk, you know, is a cancer and he'll mess things up. He is this, he is that. And it's smart play by WWE to actually, you know, go into that and lay the smacker down on their candy asses, you know, blur reality, so to speak. Because, you know, you the way they get on, you would think that, like, Punk and McIntyre hate each other. You would think that Punk and Rollins hate each other. Here, maybe there is some form of resentment there, but at least they're willing to put their differences aside and make money. Because that's exactly what they've been able to do with the matches at Mania, with the matches at Clash at the Castle, the matches at SummerSlam, the future matches that these guys are all going to have. They've been able to put the differences aside, if there's any there, and make money. You know, that's what Punk's like. Let's draw, let's make money. That's what we said in AEW. But those guys are just pathetic. They want to just do flippy-dippy, pathetic excuse, shitey wrestling, and that's all they ever seem to want to do.
Because they can't control me, they can't control the things I do and I say, and they absolutely hate that, so they try to control the way other people feel or see me. And it's bullshit. You're going to have to make your own judgment, you're going to have to draw your own conclusion.
They can't control me anymore. CM Punk is right. We did a wee cheeky live stream earlier, a wee 20-minute live stream talking about AEW, All Elite Wrestling. The question is, what is next for them? Like, what is going on? Is it absolutely bang, bang, good night? They'll never get anyone as big as CM Punk in this company. They'll never... AEW, they cannot scrape 1 million viewers ever again. They won't. I don't think they'll even get above 800,000. Their ballpark just seems to be now like around the 700k mark, and then some. And you know, it's been lower for a lot of weeks. So let's not pretend that AEW is going to the promised land in terms of the ratings. They lost a true draw in Punk WWE has been able to capitalise massively off CM Punk, and I do hope by the time he hangs up his boots, he does get that Mania main event. I just don't think he's getting a Night 2 main event, you know, and I think that'll stick in his craw, so to speak. But yeah, does CM Punk deserve it? Of course he does, right? Of course he does. But the reality is, if Punk didn't leave in 2014, he would have main evented at a WrestleMania, a proper one, none of this Night 1 shite. He definitely would have. I just don't see any scenario where CM Punk wouldn't have, to be honest. I mean, you look at like a lot of those Manias, like Triple Threat. I mean, how many times they wanted to see Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar as the main event? You know, it happened like 3 years, and it happened like 3 times in 7 years. Crazy stuff. Anyway, that's where Fog Wrestling's going to leave us. Do you think AEW's doomed? Do you think CM Punk's the man? Do you think he's wrong? Do you think he's right? You need to leave it in the comments down below, and we'll get back to you. Let me take a wee sip of water. It's time to play the game. Ooh.